welcome back to the Urban Whispers Lacey Night Chronicles. This is our last live episode for the summer. We are going to take August off, and I'm so happy that I get to end season 2 with the two ladies that came on last year to start this with me. So, hey Morgs, Facebook, hey Sloane _ Bueller. Thank y'all so much for joining me in the revamp of Urban Whispers podcast. It has been thriving. I have gotten, the podcast has gotten an opportunity to be at some festival next year in St. Louis. I forgot the name of it, but I'm excited about that. Even though I didn't get picked to do the house party with Alexandria House, the feedback that they gave us was like so great and so wonderful. So and that's all because of the two of you guys. Y'all have morphed my mind into how this podcast works and being in community with so many wonderful authors and folks. So I'm grateful that tonight is all about y'all. It's just a love fest. I also want to know what y'all been reading, and I got a couple of things I want to play for you guys to get your feedback on. Last week, Sloane and I had a discussion about how I rate books, and then this morning, or maybe midnight last night, I started reading a book, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is about to be 5 stars. This is so good. It's so I was like, oh my God." And a little short white lady recommended this book to me. She's the owner of Romantic Bookstore in Silver Spring, Maryland. It's actually a little small book boutique. And I went there and she gave me she had a book from a local author as well. And then she was like, "I read this book. If you really like Black romance, this is what you should read." And I was like, okay, girl. But she was right. She was so right. So I can't wait to tell y'all what book that is and to everybody to go pick it up. Just the same energy that I had on the Oaths book by N.E. Davenport. That's the same energy I'm on about this one. Mm-hmm. But hey y'all, how have y'all been? One of y'all.
I've been tired, but I'm tired now because my friend came to town and she's like, "Let's go out." So we went out, and I am just tired. I am 30 to 40 years old, and I don't need this.
Are you about to be 40?
I'm just kidding. I said 30 to 40. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm going to send you the meme. Maybe I'll post it on my Instagram so you can post it there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. 30 to 40 I used to watch this show. On, and that's what one of the characters had said one time. "I'm 30 to 40 years old and I don't need this." So sometimes we'll say it.
30 to 40. We'll say it. I'm 40 to 50 years old. That doesn't hit like 30 to 40. Let me be quiet.
Just say 30 to 40. Just say 30
to 40. I'm 40 to 50, girl. You sound old as hell. Never mind.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh gosh, my friend was talking to this guy and he was like, "Oh yeah." He said something about his aunt, and she said, "Well, I'm probably about her age." He said, "How old is she?" He said, "Oh, she's in her 30s." She said, "Oh, she's in her mid-30s." And my friend was like, "Oh yeah."
Yep.
Sorry, it was so funny. Anyhow, in terms of reading, I've been hopping around. Nothing is really holding my attention. I started King's Gambit by Maya the other day. Okay. But I think I might DNF it. It's a trope that I just really don't think I'm gonna like. He's in the streets, his friend gets killed by this guy, and this guy Rashad, and that is the FMC's brother. And he also, in this fight, he also returns fire and kills Rashad's best friend. So now we've got like 2 best friends who are dead, and she wants her brother out of the street life, and she's like kind of, I don't know. But anyhow, they meet. And obviously that's going to be the conflict, is that she's falling in love with this guy who basically her brother is seeking revenge on. It's just not a trope I like. So I think I might DNF it.
I love the fact still love the fact that you can DNF a book. I can't do it. I'd sit there and go through the trauma. My trauma.
I can't. And I'm not even that far. It's only like 8%, but I was like, you just don't enjoy that trope. I'm not a huge like revenge trope person.
Oh, I love revenge.
I'm not big on it.
I do. I love, especially if it's real deserved. What you mean you're not big on it when Chanel Parker's books are nothing but revenge?
No, see that, but I meant like this, where it's going to be basically, who knows if she even knows who this guy is. I'm not that far into it, Mm-hmm. He'll probably know who she is because her brother is in the streets, and he, versus that's what I mean by revenge. That type of revenge. Like, I don't mind if like outside characters are getting revenge, but it's the fact that he's very much so going to be seeking revenge against her brother. Her brother is seeking revenge against him. Mm-hmm. That can only go so many ways.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I can dig it. All right. Morg Stays book. Welcome back to the East Coast. Where you been, girl?
I was in Vegas the last 8 days for our international convention for AKA.
It was 8 days?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There longer.
Is this what people are still there?
No, I'm saying some people went in early and stayed like an extra day or two.
Is it a secret what y'all do?
I mean, it's our national convention. I mean, we go talk about, if we want changes to bylaws and stuff like that. Nothing. But I mean, it's secret. We need to be an AKA, but not. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Vegas is really the city that doesn't sleep. And I was with some of my older sorors, and they were ready to go every night. I'm like, y'all, I can't hang.
You can stop with the big doors.
Listen, them ladies was trying to just turn up the entire time. I was like, let's turn down just for a second.
They're on vacation. I feel them.
We're gonna turn this up. We turn it up.
But it was a good time.
They're on vacation.
Correct. But I was trying to. Now I'm just adjusting back to the time change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 8 days. That's a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, traveling. I'm working, like I told you before, working this week, and then I'm off the following week again for a book conference called Voices New Rooms. I mentioned how I'm connected with the bookstore in Atlanta, the Bookworm bookstore in Powder Springs. And so I am attending with the bookstore owner for that event. And so we'll get to meet the reps from the different publishing houses. A few new debut authors will be there, kind of talking about the state of independent bookstores. And what we can be doing different to support them, and how to better plan and strategize and budget and all that. So it's going to be kind of cool to be there in support of her and her store, and, just help as much as I can. So
I love that. That's really cool.
It'll be in Baltimore for it's not far. It's
wait, somebody was telling me about when I did the in my real life, not as LaCie, but as who I am. I'm a Kennedy Ryan. Kennedy Ryan's a pseudonym too. But, I did a author talk last Monday, and she was telling me about this in Baltimore. She didn't know the exact date, and the chief librarian was there too. She was mentioning it too. So, well, shout out to Morgan doing all the things. What have you been reading? Oh, before you do that, hold on. Since we're talking about boules and festivals, I just want to shout out the my Mardi Gras crew of Femme Fatale. We have a new queen, and it has been kept secret, but she was acknowledged last week. And the queen, she is the owner of I forget the name, the Dizzy's restaurant in New Orleans. And so I'm just like super excited for her. And it's interesting the way that the queen is selected. I won't get into all of that, but yeah, it was really, really wonderful. So we have a new queen, and we have the parade is coming. Our color of the year next year is green. So everybody will be green with envy. Oh, we know you'll love green. We know you will love a green. But yes, so I'm excited, even though Mardi Gras is coming very early next year. I feel like it's the first week in February. So it's like you only get a month of parade season. Yeah, because it's based on Lent, like you do all and Ash Wednesdays earlier this year. So it's so soon. It was early last year. Last year, the big weekend was Valentine's.
I thought that was early, but even earlier than that is
even earlier. Just a month of parties, which makes me so sad. But fine.
Because you want to be back in New Orleans.
I'm going, Mardi Gras. I'm there. I go every year.
I mean, I know you're there. I'm talking about the month of parties.
Yeah, I wanted to do a little bit more. It's gonna be really compacted because everything really kicks off on June 3rd or no, June 6th. It's the Three Kings Day. June 6th is when everything kicks off, and then you go down into all of that. But yeah, so you have literally just a month of partying. So with that being said, shout out to that. Shout out to the AKAs for however long they've been conferencing. Because I saw on the TikTok everybody was talking about the Boule, and I was like, I'm not trying to get too big into the Greek culture, but it's always so interesting because I was talking to your sister, my cousin, who's an AKA, and I was like, my coworker, she's going to Boule. Why you not going? And then when I was talking to her, I was like, the blue ones, the Zetas had a Boule too, and she was like, "What you mean? Boule is just for AKA?" I was like, "Well, girl, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to fight because they call it that too."
Call their events conclaves and stuff like that. It's just the name of the event. It's a biannual event and convention. It's a term that's used by a lot of different organizations. We don't own the name.
I was about to say, girl, y'all gonna fight it out in the streets. So
I know what happened because Mel Dog, she is a Zeta, and so is Alexandria House.
Too. Like she be repping hard.
Oh, she reps so hard. She reps so hard.
What happened?
Mel Dog, how hard she reps. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh, she mentions it frequently in her books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her characters. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess the books I've read, things that they too busy being Christian. They not fooling around with that Greek organization.
I'm crying.
The Mel Dog I've read, they be no, they focusing on miscarriages and getting over traumas. They not strolling or any of that. Morgan, what have you been reading lately?
So, I've been in a bit of a reading slump. So I've only read like 3 or 4 books this month.
Did you read Call Me Mrs. Taylor?
I'm on the last 2 chapters. And it's not that it's not getting my attention. I
get it.
I don't know.
It's too much going on to kind of immerse yourself.
I think that I am too. Everything else that's going on in my world is clouding my brain to just sit and digest. So hopefully,
well, I will tell you that no, that book I talked about it last week because it was a part of the book club that Morgan on. I didn't like it, but the sequel, Mr. and Mrs. Taylor. When I tell you that,
okay,
they are foolish. But you gotta finish the first book to appreciate the second. But I'm telling you, if you in this slump and you want to just be like, they just so fucking stupid. What? You just literally the whole time I was just laughing because y'all just really stupid. Y'all are just.
And my mom was like, you need to read something unhinged. Get one of those Octavia books, or she's like, get a freedom book. Yeah, she was like, you need something short and punching you. I need something not short, but maybe 200 pages. She was like, you just need something that's gonna be quick and it's moving you. So I don't know. I'm praying I get out this.
You read if you want to read something, get you something punchy. Get you a good Chanel Parker book. She sums it up quick. And she gets it be some stuff happening. Okay, you be like, girl, what?
And I really want to read a Christmas book because that's one of the prompts. Christmas in July. I got to get a.
You saw the post. I posted a Christmas in July. Oh, you could read the last NOLA.
Last Christmas.
Finally. Oh, you know
that's what I was about to say.
But that it's a little. It got a little bit of trauma in it, so I don't know. You know, well, I was just trying to think it's not a silly book, but it would definitely.
It's not a silly, but Yeah.
Read that Santa's Helpers book by Ladies Nesha too. Now that is quick
That
and
one is, yeah.
that's quick and it's funny too because it's some college. It's called Santa's Little Helpers or Santa's Helpers or something by Lady Nesha.
Santa's
Basically,
Naughty Helpers.
Yeah, it's three college students. They need money, and so they become like male escorts.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Yep.
So that would be a good one to read too. But yeah, the NOLA Christmas one I like because it's the intro to
Wish Upon a Star.
Wish Upon a Star, and Star is one of my favorite characters that
Me too. The Star did not
play.
Star she had to grow up very fast from Last Christmas in NOLA.
And baby,
like
but Wishing on a
and
Star.
She did.
And then when she came,
that's NOLA.
It's by Cion Leigh. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right. And then you could maybe you could just jump right into Wishing on a Star, but it's the prequel to that. Like Wishing on a Star is them as adults. The NOLA Christmas one, she's a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was good. But I think Santa's Naughty Helper, the Lady Nesha one, it has a green cover and like a Santa Claus, like a hat on there. Mm-hmm. That was funny, and it might be 120 pages.
Santa's Little Pleasers.
Santa's Little Pleasers. Yes, there you go. Mm-hmm. It might be 120 pages, but it's hilarious.
I can read that. Read that on the. It's
there you go.
I can read that.
I knew it wasn't long at all. Mm-hmm. But it was.
And I hate to say that I'm turning off longer books, but I feel like if it's not grasping me the first couple chapters, I'm not sticking with it, and
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told y'all Sloane read it, but you need to read it too. Our Vicious Oaths by N.E. Davenport. The first 6 pages of the book, everybody gets killed. It's like amazing. It was like, girl, what?
It is like the first chapter. Everybody gets killed. You're like, oh,
immediately. Like, and she has a one night stand. Just at the club.
It's purple.
Yeah, Our Vicious Oaths. That's good. Like, I think I gave that 4.5 stars just because I had some little nuances, but I thought that was really good.
Going back and reading through like some of the. I know we're not big on Amazon for real, but some of the first reads that they do every month, sometimes it comes with like a bonus short read, and some of those are like thrillers, psycho thrillers, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That, yeah, I'm gonna get back.
And you also getting your mind ready because S.A. Cosby is about to drop.
Child,
you gotta get.
She hopes she's able to read it.
You gotta get your mind ready for that. And it's based on it's. Oh my gosh! And you're gonna like it because it starts off in Virginia, but he moves to the West Coast. Jesus. So it's gonna be good. We talked about it I was like, I can't wait. Like he talked about it at the Bronx Book Festival, and I was just like, whenever it comes out. So I think it's either October or September, but he's about to drop. So
and you know what? I keep saying it, but I think I'm gonna go back and start over Problematic. Because I never finished it.
Oh, yeah.
I plan on reading it during the break.
Problematic.
Yeah.
It is problematic, but yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're in a funk, because I think when we first started, you were in a different space too. I think if you get out the funk, then read it. But yeah, because it's a lot going on there. But like I said, you could finish Call Me Mrs. Taylor and then read about them 2 fools in the sequel because the way she does something to him and the way he gets even with her is just so absurd. But in the book, you're reading it. Like I was reading it, I knew exactly what he was going to do. And then her response to him, she was about to kill him. But she's so in love with him, she couldn't do it. And she lets him know, she's like, you a little bitch. I should murder you, but I can't because they'll be like killing myself. And I'm like, girl,
what?
She's in love. She dangerously in love.
That's love for me. I don't want to be that in love. Truly,
she's dangerously in love.
Have you gotten to the part that tells you why she even started stalking him?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's that. It's literally 2 lines in the. It's 2 lines in the book that tells you about that. But yeah.
it's her that she keep messing with her daddy, and that keeps throwing me off. I'm like,
and she doesn't really. They make it seem like the dad has this. He's gonna say something and like ruin it, but the way they wrap that up, it doesn't. It doesn't. It fell flat.
It doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't go anywhere at all. I mean, it goes somewhere, but it doesn't go. For me, it doesn't go where I want it to go. But it does.
I get you.
It goes somewhere.
I get you.
But yeah,
so pray I get out this slump.
Yes, I pray you get out of this slump, girl. Get out of it.
I'm behind on my ARC reading. I'm behind on my goal for the year. I'm just behind.
Yeah. Did you set up your bookshelf?
I did all my scanning, but I have not put books in because I need to figure out how to categorize them better. Like if I'm doing it by genre and then by author last name, or am I just going in alphabetical order across the board? And I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet.
People, y'all really be taking that seriously.
Because it's going to look like a real library. Like if y'all were to come to the house, you'd be like, oh, well, let me see what's in psycho thriller.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People, y'all do be taking it seriously when y'all have that stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, they just over there. We're gonna, but you know what? I think I might have started doing that because at the bottom of the bookshelf that I have, it is fantasy, and then I have missed. So yeah, maybe so. Maybe I subconsciously did it, and then at the very bottom, I got all my textbooks from college, which are probably. I should actually open them up and see if any of that information is still relevant because college was over 20 years ago for me.
Okay.
She's wondering why you still had the books, but she's not saying it.
Because I sold all
paid for them damn books. Y'all know how much them books cost? I paid for those books. I paid for them. I paid for all of them, and they thick. I got 2 degrees in environmental science and marine biology, and if y'all took one chemistry class, you knew how thick that book was. Fair. And I had to take multiples. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of them. It's time.
Let it go.
It's time. Make some space for these books that I just got sitting right here. Okay, so Morgan hasn't been reading much. That's fine. And Sloane, you said you were going to DNF 1, but not.
Yeah, I also haven't been reading much. But it's mostly because work is hectic. I've been people are out and I've been covering for them. And so even though I don't work late, it's just kind of mentally taxing and I just haven't been reading afterwards. I kind of watch some TV.
Well, I have read I Love You Too Much by Jessica N. Watkins, and I was like, it's okay. But it's not, I guess I'm just on this obsessed lover kick right now. But it's about this man named Damar Scott, and he is married to this girl named Aviana, and she's in love with like her best friend who's a guy, and they were a couple, but apparently like he cheated on her when they were younger, so she broke up with him and she got
to Boston with love.
And so she got with this guy Damar. To Boston with Love by Chanel Parker. That's another option for you, Morgan, because that's but yeah, so like, but the best, and they're still friends. Like they broke up, but they still remain friends. And then she has another friend. I can't remember the girl's name, but essentially the friend winds up she's missing. I don't want to spoil the story. Like if you read the book, you know what happens to the friend, but the friend goes missing, and Damar is like doing all of this crazy shit to like not let his wife Aviana know what type of criminal activity he's been doing. So basically, it is I don't want to put it in like a thriller category because he's just covering up his tracks for mistakes that he's made. Like he's not necessarily obsessed with her, but he just doesn't want her to be with anybody else. So he like has a tracker on her phone. He has like they're married. He has cameras in the house and shit. Like but he's also not faithful. He be cheating on her, but you know, them urban romances, they always got a side chick or two. So he got 2 or 3 in here, but he's just delusional. And at the end of the book, you know, he gets what he deserves. He does such horrific things though. Like to keep this secret from this girl, the people he killed, it's just really sad. It's very disheartening. But yeah, Mythic is the her first love and confidant. So it was all right. You know, it was cool. I read it. And then I also read this book by Leigh Carron called Count on Me. I arc read that. That was really that was a cute little story. It's about this man who's running for mayor, and well, she's running for mayor, sorry, and she meets this guy, and it's a plus size beauty, and of course it's dual POV, and you know, it's just romance about how you navigate how you're feeling and you're doing something public, but you can't let everybody know that you're in a relationship, so it's a secret relationship, and it's a slow burn. Y'all know I like it when they take their time. I enjoy it. I enjoy when the people take their time with the books. I gave that one 4 stars. It really was it was cute. But the campaign is really the backdrop, but their secret romance is like the point. So I like it. Leigh Carron. I don't know. I haven't read anything else by her, but apparently she's like that's a part of a series, but it wasn't. I didn't need to read the first one, and so I don't know. But I might go back and read the first one. But I did enjoy that. And then what else did I read? Mr. and Mrs. Taylor, Capo's Love. And then finally, the one that I just am super excited about. I just finished it like earlier today, which is why I'm so glad y'all wanted to record later. I was like, yes, I can finish this book. It's called The Like I was just like, if we record it at the time we record, that's fine. But if we not gonna record, and that's why I was like 9, and y'all were like, perfect. I was like, I'm gonna just finish reading my book. It's called The Huntsman by Naima Simone, and it is a spin on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Like it's because the second book she has is, I think it just came out today or maybe earlier this week. It's Ember, a Mafia romance, and that's like a retelling of Cinderella. But this here, The Huntsman, y'all, just like I said on the any Davenport book, like when it starts off in the beginning, everybody dies. That's what this happened. So not everybody dies, but in this book, the female married character, she's like and I guess because it's not necessarily fantasy, but I guess she's creating her own world, but like it's based out of Boston. This is the weird part to me, like because the first when you read the little synopsis of it, it's like she's a queen and she's in the kingdom or whatever, but the kingdom's fucking Boston.
Call it reality adjacent.
I guess they're not superhumans or anything. They're just regular fucking people that's in the mafia. But apparently her mama was the queen, and like her mom is shot down in the middle of the road and like she dies, and so and she doesn't necessarily go into hiding or anything like that. She continues to like live her life, but somebody puts a hit out on her and they ask the Huntsman to kill her. And so he tried, and she's an assassin too. Like she's a part of the underworld, and she's like she's really, really, really badass, like for real. Like she's super badass. And so her mom has this beautiful cottage, which is like the cottage where the Seven Dwarfs were, but she had this beautiful cottage, and he's like scoping out the cottage and thinks that he sees somebody moving around in the house. He thinks he got her, but she gets the skinny on him and stabs him in the neck with some drugs and, paralyzes him and locks him up in the house and says, who's trying to kill me? And she knows who it is. And I don't want to tell y'all who it is because they don't, I'm looking at the thing to see if they say. So I don't want to tell y'all who it is they're trying to kill her, but she knows who's trying to kill her. And it's the same group of people that killed her mom. But it's like it's like the worst kept secret amongst this crime family. People just can't prove that these people were the ones that killed her mom, but they want to kill her so that she won't become the queen, because there is the queen in place right now. And so he doesn't necessarily agree to it, but she gets the skinny on him, she locks him up, and she's about to kill him. Like, she has a gun in his face, but she decides not to. And they have intercourse immediately. And there is now, well, this is the grown folks podcast, so I don't mind. It is blood play involved in this, and there's some BDS blood play. Blood.
Like fake blood?
No, like she cuts this nigga.
Oh, like, no. It's a little bit, think about some darker themes on it.
It's
some darker themes.
Is that considered dark romance when you get into that kind of stuff?
It's definitely dark. Yes, ma'am.
Who knows what the state of dark romance? It used to not be what it is right now. So
yeah, it's definitely dark. I don't mind. I'm not into it personally, but I don't mind it for the point of the story. Like, they two fucking assassins, so yeah, they gonna have some rough sex. Because basically, he tried to kill her, and then she was like, "You should be glad that I didn't save you." But he's pissed off that she didn't kill him, so he's like gonna still try to kill her. And so, but things happen, and then they wind up going from enemies to lovers. They're forced to like be together. It's definitely a revenge plot. Like I said, it's fairy tale reimagining, but it's just so full of suspense and like sex. Like, if y'all really be liking the sex, and I'm just telling you, they be going at it. And she had it. No, and I'm just saying, I don't mind it either, but when I tell you Dave was getting it, and like even he's like so much of an alpha, even when she had him chained up, and he was like, "Yeah, go on and suck my dick, like, bitch, do it. If you gonna do it, do it." And he locked down, and she's like, but lo and behold, she's been stalking him for 2 years, so she knows everything about him, and it wasn't clicking for him. He was like, "How did she know that I was outside? Homegirl got a tracker on his car. She got cameras in his house, because she's like she's a killer, but she's been stalking him like for forever, because she saw him and like instant love for her."
Okay, Mrs. Taylor.
Okay,
yeah, but she's not crazy like that. Like, she never really did anything with it. She was just always like just watching him from afar, and so she was actually kind of pissed off that he got the murder plot, because it ruined her her ability to just keep stalking him, because she would be stalking him and doing other shit. But yeah, she knew when I say everything about him, and he'd be like, "What? How'd you know this?" And then there's like one scene where she's low-key a little bit irritated with him because he slept with other women, and he's just sitting here like, "Why are you mad?" Like, and he's also a guy. He's the Huntsman. He grew up like, his parents were murdered. His little sister was murdered, so he grew up by himself. So he's like, he has like a lot of walls up around just people anyway. So he's not even familiar with this. So she's being irritated with him after yet another assassination attempt on her life, and she's like, "Just don't worry about it." And he's like, "Wait, when women usually say that, I should worry about it, right?" So it's just, I don't know. I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was trending towards 5 stars, but then the plot twist kind of blew me a little bit towards the end. I was just like, "Bitch, you didn't have to do that." Like, it just wasn't necessary. It didn't ruin the story. It just I don't. Sometimes when people are dead, they just need to stay dead. Like, everybody don't have to come back from the dead. Like, it didn't move the story in one way or another. Now, I don't know, because the second book, like I said, I don't know when it came out. Let's see. But I don't know if the girl is this other person in this first book. And the book came out. It doesn't tell me when it came out. I don't know when this book came out. Oh, July 14th. So the second book just came out a couple weeks ago. But I'm going to read it, though. I do like the way Naima Simone tells a story. So definitely interested in that. And I definitely enjoyed The Huntsman. Giving it 4 stars for sure. Maybe 4.5 on Storygraph, 4 stars on Amazon. But Yeah, and there's also like one small fallacy. Like there was a scene where they were sitting on the couch, and then in the next one, when I turned the page, they were in the bed. So I was like, "Girl, come on now.
Where
Why your beta reader ain't catch that?" Because I immediately caught, and I went back too. I was like, maybe it's because I was really liking the book, so I was just like, how could this happen? I was like, did they walk to the bed? They were eating pizza on the couch, and then she leans up in the bed. I was like, it just be little stuff like that. I guess I am a harsh critic, so
it didn't flow. Yeah,
it just threw me off a little bit, just a teensy bit. But yep, that is all that I've read, I think. Oh, I also read The Parlour Wife, which is a historical romance set in Nigeria in the 1930s. And so that was interesting. I haven't completed it yet because I just need to take a break. I was supposed to, for this other book club, that was our book of the month. I didn't finish it, but I do want to finish it because there's like a scene where apparently somebody licked somebody's foot and their foot is like really dirty. So people are talking about it. Okay. So I was like, I want to see why y'all are putting this stinky foot in the group chat. So I'm not usually, I usually don't like historical fiction. I say that all the time. And so The Parlour Wife is written, I'm interested in it. And it could just also be because it's set in a different country too. And it's still Black people. So I'm always tapped into us. But it could be that. The Parlour Wife. But yeah, The Huntsman, though, everybody. I feel like all y'all should read that.
Who's the author again?
The author is Naima Simone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one a lot. From the beginning, I just knew I was locked in. I was like, I said, I guess I'm gonna be locked into a book if it's just super emotional and makes me cry, or if it is enemies to lovers, second chance, and a revenge plot. I'm there.
Are you gonna read the second book? Because it just came out.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the second book. I bought it right after I finished. I bought it today. I bought it right after I finished reading this one. I was like, and that's what, like, I don't know if it flows into the first one or not. I can't tell by the synopsis of it, but I'll read it tomorrow. I'm gonna start it tomorrow on the train. So, yeah. So I have a couple things that I want to play for y'all, so I can get your thoughts on this. And let me just share my screen like I'm at work.
Make sure you share the sound.
Let me share sound. Yes.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it this one? Nope. This one? Nope. This is a weird thing about it. Okay. Here. Present. All right. I'm about to play this for you, lovely lady.
I'm Coffee, and here is the tea. Apparently, the girls are suing Audible. The girls were thinking that when you go to the Audible website and it says buy now, and you click buy now, you're actually buying now. But apparently, you're only buying access, and Audible truly behind the scenes has access to revoke your access. So the girls are suing because they've been misled. So let me know, when you buy a book from Audible, are you thinking that you're also buying a book, or did you think that you were buying access? And also, your credits expire after a year, which I don't think that people realize either. But the girls are realizing, and the girls are suing, and a federal judge is letting this lawsuit go forward. What are your thoughts? I'm Coffee, and here is the.
That goes back into what we were talking about the other day around ownership of your property and like why buying from Audible, like you're paying for the license to listen. So I feel like that's in the fine print. It sucks.
You are paying for the license. Yes.
For the license.
You are paying for the license. So years ago, there was this woman a white author. She trademarked a very common word, and
You talking about the white lady that just
no, this is years ago, not Hot Girls Read.
Okay.
If honestly, Hot Girls Read, if they weren't so new to reading and everyone talking about it, they would have known about this story that happened about around 2020.
Okay.
Around 2020. It was around COVID. I can't remember if it was before or after. So her name is Felina Hopkins, and she trademarked the word cocky, which is very popular in white romance. They have a lot of, plays on that and stuff. And once she got that trademark, she started sending, takedown requests. And as a protest, this group of authors, this one author, she did talk to her community and gathered up a bunch of writers, and they wrote this book called an anthology book called Cocky Tales. And when this author who owned the trademark for cocky sued, people, they were like, hey, if you're interested in buying this book, where basically they were doing it as a protest, so all the proceeds were going to go to the eventual legal fund or whatever. They were like, hey, if you're interested in owning this book, you should definitely consider getting it physical, because that can't be taken away from you. And that is when, people began that little deep dive in Amazon and all, I'm not even going to put it all on Amazon, all digital media. You are purchasing a license. It is the DCRM. So if you see something that's like DRM-free, that pretty much is them letting you buy the book and not the license, I believe. Do not quote me on. I was supposed to do the research on that, y'all. That's my bad.
But that up real quick.
Yeah, please look up the DCRM. So DCRM free versus like putting it on there. So, typically Amazon, they won't revoke your book unless there's like a copyright issue like that. A copyright strike, Amazon snatching that book. Because they kind of have to. Like there's a copyright issue. If you were like recently, I saw a post where the author Granger is releasing another book in her Maggie Gray series, and someone put it up for sale on Amazon. And the thing is, she doesn't even have it up for sale on Amazon. The book isn't released yet, and somebody put it up for pre-order on Amazon and was trying to, sell it. And so, like, in cases like that, it's very understandable. Yeah, Amazon has to snatch it because these people don't have the legal rights to it. What does it look like Amazon distributing this book that somebody doesn't own the legal rights to? So typically, they really kind of limit it to that, but they can take it for anything, which also segues into another thing that's happening with PlayStation. And so I'm glad that we're talking about this. If you are not familiar, PlayStation, they're releasing their new gaming system, and it's not going to allow for physical media. And they said, in a couple of years, they will be moving away from physical media into all digital media. Well, ironically, when they had this, recently they had a network outage where you couldn't access the games on there. Yeah. You're subject to the pricing that they do. You are fully subject to the pricing. If you wanted a game right now that is like 5 years old, if you go to the store, it's like $30. But if you go to the PlayStation digital store, it's $80. You're subject to their pricing. People get banned from PlayStation.
Yep.
And if you get banned from PlayStation, there's your games. If you remember a couple, like a year ago when that one network had their outage and everybody shut down, it's right. The only thing you own is physical media. And it cannot be changed. They even changed Pretty Little Liars and made a reference to TikTok. Well, that book came out when I was in high school. TikTok did not exist. She was scrolling on, I think, Twitter or something like that. But they changed the book.
The Pretty Little Liars, that was the TV show?
Yeah. That was a book series. It was a book series. Yeah, I read it in high school. It was a book series. I read it in high school. So like they make a reference to social media. I really want to say it was Twitter or something like that. But like in the recent digital editions, it's been updated to be TikTok. Yeah. So really, I love this conversation because all you own is physical media. Never forget that.
So just out of curiosity, before Morgan said something, was A always the teacher? Because on the
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I was like, this man's a pedophile. But yeah, but you know, it was in white.
I don't. You know,
high school students, and then marry them when they go to college.
Yeah. But yeah. So movies, television shows, music, your books, all of that, all you own, your games, all you own is physical media. They can't be taken away from you.
Yeah, if it's a DRM-free book, that means that you do own it. So you can like download it and save it somewhere and you can't yank it back. So when you brought it up, it was like going back to Naima Simone. Her books are DRM-free. Like she puts that in the
title. Some authors will do that and some of them won't. It really just depends on the author. I think that some of them don't know what it means and just kind of leave it off as a default. To be honest, they leave the DRM on there as a default because they're like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
and I get it.
Brought it up, but
I get it. Yeah, I wouldn't know either unless I had to know about that stuff because I've been in the book community a long time, you guys. Nothing is new. So,
what do you?
Okay, Morgan, let's go.
You got thoughts?
Well. I think it's very interesting that now people are starting to pay attention to the terms and agreement. When you signed months ago when you were like, oh, now I'm a BookTok girly. Are you? Do you really understand what you're getting yourself into? And that's not me trying to be mean, but you have to read the fine print. When you're signing your name on any dotted line for anything, whether it's a mortgage, a car loan, whatever, you're supposed to read. You said you're a reader. You did not read. That's the same for Kindle. That's the same from Audible. And it is indeed the same for the library, which is why you are given 21 days to read and then you return it. You are buying into the licensure for this. You're not anything. Now, there was a wave at one point in time last year where people were talking about these different websites where you can go download pirating people's books. And publishers started finding out, and now those folks may not be able to publish with them anymore because you don't know how to control your audience. So
wow, so the audience is getting people in trouble. Like the public, you might not even know that somebody pirated your book.
Correct.
If you have your book on Kindle, if you are an author with your book on Kindle Unlimited, you need to be constantly looking at those websites because the thing is, if Amazon finds out. Like when you have Kindle, when you put it in Kindle Unlimited, you sign up that it's exclusive to Amazon, unless you're like somebody with a big deal. So if your book is on a pirated site and Amazon finds out, they'll be like, your book is not exclusive to Amazon. Bye.
Yeah.
And even though you didn't put it up there and you had no knowledge.
And people are not how much they're hindering authors in this way, which is why a lot of Black independent authors cannot get picked up by publishers. Very reason. So licensing, I always preach, hey, it's great that we have access to these things, but that goes back into, yes, we do have to go back into buying physical copies. Now, I don't believe in just buying books to buy books. Like if it's a book that you read and you really enjoyed, sure, get the trophy book. That's why I have the amount of books I have. And some of them, of course, are arcs. But other than that, a lot of books even the books that I listed, I wanted for my birthday last year. Those were books that I actually read and rated 4+ or 3.5+ or something like that. That's how I did that. So you have to.
It's a balance.
It is a balance, but the fact that they're trying to is insane, and they probably will win the lawsuit.
I'm wondering if it'll just join into a more major class action, like with the people with PlayStation. Now, PlayStation, I imagine those people are going to do a class action. especially because you can be banned from PlayStation. Like they will ban you. I have saw the tickers. People are banned for like 30 years. Sometimes people, it's a lifetime ban. Sometimes, you know, and that would mean that you can't play you cannot play anymore.
And with that, my Sammy often talks about it because he has stacks and stacks of games, right? Some that he's played, some that he keeps his trophies that are not even open because they'll be worth a lot of money, stuff like that. He was like, but that's the whole thing about digital media. You have all these kids that are they want it digestible right now, but like you said, should something go down, should the internet go down, you still have the physical copy that you could put into your system and still play. And now software and technology and software keeps changing, and it's very vast and it's exciting, but it's not. What if there's someone in rural Lubbock, Texas, and can't get on strong internet? What are they going to do? But they have a PlayStation. They want to play the games. They want to be with their friends. But now I'm being forced to figure out, and that conspiracy that goes into the whole money grab. Now you got to do these things for internet. Now you got to move here. And it's all a part of the larger scheme that Todd set up. It's crazy.
I'm really glad that we're talking about that DCM because DRM, digital rights management, because a lot of people really fall into that trap, just like these Audible girls did. It's and I say this as somebody who I do still purchase ebooks, you know. It's a risk I know that I'm taking, so I feel like that's better for me. It is a risk that I know I'm taking. Usually, like I said, I haven't heard of Amazon. Even if an author takes down their book, I do still have it. So it's not like that. It typically, what I see from Amazon is it has to do with the copyright. It's the copyright loss. Which for a lot of people who are like published with small presses, you know, sometimes stuff like that happens and you lose your copyright. There's an author I love. She lost one of her series because the publisher went under. And the publisher, part of the debt of the publisher went up for sale, and the debt was authors' rights to their books.
That's crazy.
Wow is right. Yeah. So several authors that I read under this publisher, you might be able to find their books available, but when you go look at the publisher, and you start Googling and digging, it's not them in any way, shape, or form, and it's not the original publisher.
But you know, also we should stop pushing Amazon so much. Granted, Amazon started as for books, right? It was for that. But it's grown into all this other stuff that is losing its original footing, and it's causing an uproar. So, I mean, I'm not saying get rid of Audible, but look into Libro FM. That is for bookstores. You're supporting your local bookstores, whether they're Black owned or not. And that money really helps that, and bookshop.org, buying physicals from bookshop.org versus Amazon. It runs the exact same way. I have ordered books from bookshop.org on a Monday and got them maybe that Thursday. It's not, you can wait.
A lot of authors will sell like their ebooks directly.
Long as TBRs, you absolutely can wait.
A lot of authors will sell their ebooks directly, their audiobooks directly. There is like Authors Direct, I think is what they use for their audiobooks. Every so often I'll see it. But some of them will even, they do have the website. They have the ability, you know, they have the websites to manage that. And diversify how you buy your books. I don't strictly buy from Amazon. I will say that. I do look at other sites. Right now, like usually my Amazon is limited to either if there's like a freebie because like one of those things, or just Kindle Unlimited. And that's part of why I subscribed to Read Her Book Box, actually. It's because I was like, well, I get this paperback, support them. There's always other stuff included in the box. And when I don't want the paperback, I give it to somebody I know, or I just donate it to the library.
There's your ticker, everybody. Turn off on your Reader Book Box.
And or support your local library. You don't need
always, that's what I'm gonna always say. Support your local library, support your local bookstores. Like these bookstores, because BookTok is becoming such a thing now, I really feel like these bookstores are really doing their big ones to get these BookTokers into the local places too. But yeah, you gotta just support homegrown where you at.
And honestly, if I can't find it there and I just really want it and it's going to be about the same price anyways, I tell people, I said, oh yeah, you got to feed Barnes and Noble. That's another beast, but sometimes you got to feed that beast to kind of counteract Amazon. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it.
Or I will say I have found so many good books at thrift stores.
Yeah. If you can find it, go to the thrift store. But I do tell people, I was like, don't attack somebody for using Barnes and Noble because they could just buy it off of Amazon. And we literally need competition. We need major competition for Amazon. I'm sorry. Sometimes the indies just don't have it, especially like those backlist books. But Barnes and Noble warehouse, as like a large conglomerate, they will, just like Amazon. And sometimes you just got to feed that other beast.
Wow. This is
cannot lose Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble does the Kobo, right? Is that Barnes and Noble? Their reader? Kobo?
No, they had the Nook. They stopped. I think they stopped making those and selling them. Okay. I don't know, actually. The Kobo is, I thought that was Walmart, but it is Rakuten.
What is Rakuten? I have no idea what that is.
Girl, don't let me lie. They used to have that commercial. That was like how to pronounce it. Rakuten, they used to be like a discount website, so it's really interesting that they owned it, that they bought Kobo.
Huh. Okay.
And they have a Plus catalog too. They call it Kobo Plus. It's like a Kindle Unlimited catalog. When a lot of times when Black indie authors don't want to put their books into Kindle Unlimited, which I understand, I'm like, if you're not going to put it in the Kindle Unlimited and just have it on Amazon, please sell it wide. Make a Kobo account, make a Google Play account, sell your book everywhere at the Apple Bookstore, So if you're not going to put it in Kindle Unlimited, sell it wide. Do not limit it to just Amazon. Because,
It's so interesting that you bring that up. There is like a discourse between she's an actress, her name's Denise Lawton, and she's written some books too, and she had a post on her page about why she doesn't put books on Kindle Unlimited, and it's because she can't monetize it because it's really based on the people when they open the book and the pages that they swipe. And then there was a couple of authors underneath her post that was like, that's not necessarily true. I've been, very successful with Kindle Unlimited and how out on that. But her response, because I think she might be relatively new in the author space, or maybe not, but she was just saying how the people that were commenting as authors who have been successful, she's like, they were Black authors. And she was like, well, you have a following that supports you. So that's pretty much why you're able to be successful. You can put anything on there because of your following. And so the woman was like, she's like, and you've been doing this for years. Like, you've been in the game. She's like, I looked you up. Now you've been in the game for over a decade. So I think Nicole Jackson was one of the authors that said something to her, which she has been around for a while. But she was like, even when I first started, she's always done Kindle Unlimited. And she was like, there's really it's around the timing that you post on Kindle Unlimited and the way you promote, but you can be successful in this space. I think that, this is a lot of food for thought for me. I
have thoughts about Kindle Unlimited and Amazon and everything like that, but that's because there's this white author. I have followed her for years. She named a book character after me. I met her at my first book signing and she loved my name and she named her character after me. So it is truly named after me. But this woman, I would take a master class from her if I were on selling a book on Amazon. That woman, she knows how to game it. She'll put that book in Kindle Unlimited for a certain amount of time. She takes it out. She makes bundles. I mean, like this woman, the way she markets, I would love to. She has insight. She has to. And I don't mean to I don't like to count people's pockets, but I did count hers a little bit. Because during one of the California wildfires, she was like, I'm going to donate the proceeds from the pre-orders and first day sales of this book to the California wildfires, 10%. 10%. And then after that, she announced how much she had donated. And I was like, ma'am, are you telling me that you made over $10,000 off of this?
Wow.
Like, I was like, wait a minute, that's like a very large amount that you just donated, and this is a percentage. I was like, are you telling me that you did that off of one book? The pre-orders, yeah, and yeah, she did. But sometimes, that's what it takes. She's been in it for a long time. She knows exactly how that works.
Yeah.
And I get being new and not wanting, referencing this author. I get being new and not wanting to do that. You've put a lot into making this book, and you're like, I want to maximize it and everything like that. But also, and this is why I'm like, sometimes you just got to play the game, and it's unfortunate. People are very less likely to read your book if they can't get it in Kindle Unlimited, especially if they've never read your work. Once you're more established, you can move off of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And that's like the sad part. I hate it. And that's why I mentioned Kobo Plus. Like, if you're going to do that and not do it, put it wide. And Kobo Plus, I don't think that they make you be exclusive to Kobo like they do to participate in Kobo Plus. I don't think that you have to be exclusive to Kobo like you do with Amazon. If your book is on Kindle Unlimited, you cannot sell that book anywhere else. You can't even give it away for free to people. But I believe if your book is in Kobo Plus, you can have it up on Amazon outside of Kindle Unlimited, of course. You can have it up on Google Play, and you can have it up on Apple Books and everywhere else.
Hopefully the girly pops get with it, because I mean,
I know.
Yeah, I think if the girl, like these book talkers, they get on and they listen to these hundreds of books a day, week, and all of that, and if you lose the option, what's going to happen there? How are you going to? I guess you go to Libro and pay, but it always has been mind-boggling to me just how quickly these people read. Sloane's always been like,
I'm a pretty fast reader. Like, I can get through a book.
I am too, but it's just like, because I can read, especially if I'm on the train. Like, I could read 2 books a day if I'm on. One each way.
Yeah,
1.5 at least.
There's another conversation happening on TikTok that's died down, and I'm thankful that it has. And they do this all the time, and they never name names, so that's why I didn't bring it up for a topic. And people are like, there's a lot of big book talkers, major book talkers who are not, they're not reading the books, blah blah blah, and but they never name names.
Actually, no, they're naming names now.
Oh, they finally are. Oh, good. Well, this is my opinion on this. And this comes from the makeup community, okay? I remember I used to love 2016 makeup 8. I'm sorry. Anyhow, 2016, the girls had all these deals. They were constantly, showing product and promoting product and everything like that. And then you would notice that in their like get ready with me's and like doing makeup outside of a promoted thing, like just like a theme or something like that, they were using about the same products, never anything that they've been promoting. And I think that when it comes to the book community, some people are not understanding the difference between a paid post to promote and an actual book review recommendation. And they're not disclosing, which is going to be an issue for them. But they're not disclosing that stuff is an ad for the books. That's going to be an issue for them. But that's the difference. A lot of these people, they're not actually reviewing the book. They're just promoting the book. And it's very much so in how they speak.
Or they're just regurgitating what they heard someone else say.
Correct.
That too. Well, sometimes like they'll give them like a script, like you need to mention this, and that. And they'll mention it. They all mention the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, so I think that's more like your street team. Like, I'm a street team for like Elle Kaysen and all her authors, and they do give us like a script, but it's never like I feel like it's
see, you have like that. You have what's very clearly a promotional post, versus like like, and all I can think about is makeup, because that's where I notice it. So they'll be like, oh, I love this formula. It's not like a mascara. I love this formula. It's not clumping. This brush, it looks like this. Like, oh, I love, and they all kind of say that. They might say some extra stuff, but they all kind of say the same thing. And if you pay attention to the books, like the major people, they're all saying the same thing. Right. And that's because they're given those bullet points. And that's a promotional post versus everything that I have said, y'all. I'm not being paid to promote anything. So everything that I've ever said on here, if you want to pay me to do it, I sure will regurgitate those bullet points. I sure will. But that's a true review.
It's every review I have. I'm a harsh reviewer, so y'all be irritated with me anyways, even if I love your book. I
tell people all the time, I don't even give my favorite author 5 stars every time, but if they dropped a book right now, I'm going to read it.
Author has never gotten a 5-star review from me.
See, that's crazy.
And she's my favorite, Tiffany D.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Other people, they're like, oh, 5-star everything from my favorite author, 5-star everything. And it's like, no, it doesn't always land. But I'm always going to read.
This authors will often say, and I've written other authors back, it's like, when they release books out, and it's like, if it's less than a 4-star review, can you wait 3 weeks before you
correct?
Yep. And I'm like, well, then you don't want my review, because it's
they do that because they're trying to. There's the
algorithm.
It's like, I get it, I understand that, but it's like, so you just want me to lie?
No, they want you to wait.
We didn't say lie. We said wait a second.
No, because they be like pressing me out, girl. I'm like, no, child, this is a 3-star, 3.5, maybe. I'm gonna wait my 2 weeks. I'm gonna wait. I was like, okay, well, I guess I won't be posting till July 31st. Okay, cool. Like, I liked your book, but I'm not gonna give you a 4-star just because, congrats to you, girl. But I think, I don't know. But you know how I feel. We talked about ratings last week too. I could just go on and on. I just be like, that's just how you experience the book. It's not necessarily the facts.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the days of like the Siskel and Eberts, where you would have like the people who do like the research and like really provide an unbiased opinion based on their understanding of a genre and the things that it's supposed to be to make a good book. That part I do.
I can tell you every single person says that they want that until it actually happens.
They don't.
No, I do.
It's like the people who claim that they want Wendy Williams back, but they don't want Wendy Williams back like I do.
I
know you do too. Like,
she's
look,
coming back though, but I do.
She not coming back. If she did a podcast, I would tune in. I would tune in every week. I would tune in every episode. But I see some people say,
"Oh, I would get rid of all these terrible." Because she was a true journalist, but she would get rid of.
She really was.
These horrible people and their little stuff. Ugh.
She was a true journalist, and I think that's also what people miss, like, because it's too many just. She would repeat some gossip, but also she was a journalist. She knew when stuff was real and when it wasn't. And now everybody's just repeating these lies just for clicks and stuff like that. Yeah. Clicks and views. She never entertained half of the lies. She, the interesting gossip, yeah, she would, but she was like, I don't believe it. She would tell y'all that.
Right, she's like, I'm just reporting it, but let's move on. And let's move on. The last thing I want to leave y'all with, I'm not going to play the other one because we've been here for a while, but I just want to say I was right. I was right.
Oh, yeah.
I was right. Mm-hmm. I was right.
I'm so glad we talked about that last week.
When I tell you, I gagged when I saw it.
I
And
was so
laughed.
happy when I saw it. I said it needed to be her.
And I also, going back to what y'all were saying before about the BookTokers all saying the same thing, people have been ripping off what I'm saying. They have bigger followers than me and saying exactly what I've been saying on TikTok. And I'm low-key offended about it.
What are we right about?
I'm about to tell. I know you weren't here. So, and I don't think you've read the series, but Kimberly Brown wrote this series about the Dillinger family. And it's about this man's children, and they're a family of assassins, right? And so he has 4 different baby mamas. So he has all these, he has like, it's Deuce,
Maceo,
the 2 other kids, Jada,
Steel and Smoke.
And Smoke and Mia. So he has 6 kids by 4 different women. And the family is very, very close. Like, he gets along with all his baby mamas. The brothers and sisters are very tight. They like live basically on a compound together.
On a compound.
Yeah, it's like he's like, and everybody, and Stanley Dillinger, that's the father. He's like a cat daddy, and you love
the
him.
most unconventional relationship because none of the women hate each other.
None of the women hate each other. They all get, well, Mia's mom did have it low-key beef with Stephanie, but Stephanie has always been, Stephanie is the oldest son. His name's Deuce, and he was the first book. He
was junior. He's a junior, so he's Deuce.
So he's Deuce. And everybody knows that Stanley Sr. is in love with Stephanie. It's always been like a running joke, like she's the one that he wants, but she not fucking with him because he got 3 other baby mamas, and you not serious about this.
He was doing that while they were together.
And so she has now moved on. She's married, and he's like devastated by it, right? So so the series came out last year, but Kimberly Brown has been teasing that Senior would get a book, and so last week Sloane and I were talking about the book, and I was just like, what if Deuce's mama's husband dies and she's the love interest in this book? And so I was like, she can't do that. She can't do that. When I tell you that 2 days
I just don't
ago,
want her husband to die. I just don't want her husband to die. I think I would rather they get divorced. I don't want her husband to die. I don't want her husband to die. But I do know. I said last week, I said it needs to be somebody who is grown.
Yeah.
And but honestly, I didn't think anybody outside of that would understand that dynamic because, like,
but everybody, and so
he is and this is a small spoiler, y'all. He is like the godfather. One of his baby mamas has a late in life baby, and he's the godfather.
He's the godfather of one of his baby mama's children. Yes,
and the baby loves him.
But the thing is, so everybody knows that Senior loves Stephanie, but don't nobody want Senior to be with Stephanie. So, like, throughout the book, specifically his son, Deuce. Like, Deuce would be losing his shit with because, you know, in the book, they had, like, the little playful banter, and his daddy would say something about his mama, like, his mama got married, and he was pissed off and was talking and shit, and Deuce was like, I'll beat you up over my mom, you know, like, stuff like that. Like, he don't play about Stephanie. So, it might have been 3 days ago. However, a few days ago, shortly, you know, I posted the part, we recorded, Kimberly Brown post the cover art for Senior, and so I was like, oh, this is cute. I was like, oh, this is cute, and it was, and it's going to be an older couple because they're in their 50s, maybe 60s. They got grandkids, and more than likely it's going to be a time jump too. But she gives you the synopsis. She talks about Stanley Dillinger and and she's like, and then there's Stephanie, and I was
like, he needs to be with her.
I was right. They are going to be. It's a second chance romance. It's gonna be foolish.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
His mind. I don't know.
Oh, Deuce is gonna be hilarious for this book.
The series is so. I enjoyed the series. Like
I did too.
I will say the second book was like rinse and repeat, but I think that's just because those 2 girls were best friends too. But the rest of the stories were good. Like, you know, Steele's character dealt with a death that was very traumatic to him. Mia's book, even though people thought Mia was really immature,
I love
her partner. I did too. I think that they, that was real. Like them going through that loss and how they figured out how to get back together, and they hated each. I wouldn't even call it the enemies to lovers. They was just like some childish children to lovers book. Like they was just childish and mad at each other, but they was always together.
Maturing.
And I loved Jada's book too, because she was just like a nerd, like a super nerd. But yeah, but I'm ready for Senior's book to come out. I was right. I'm so excited about that. Overjoyed. Because I tell you,
I was just happy. I just don't need her husband to die. That's the only thing that I don't like. I'm going to say it.
He gonna either cheat, he gonna die, he gonna cheat, he gonna do something. They have to break up.
They do. Well, but I was thinking maybe he just doesn't get the dynamic. He was cool with it when, like he thought it was going to mean one thing, but like, because that dynamic, you can't really bring too many people into that who would get that.
But he's been there for
your children are adults. You don't need to actually be spending this much time together. But they do.
He be in everybody's house cooking breakfast for the people. He
cooks breakfast for his kids and his grandkids. He goes to their houses.
He goes to everybody's house. Because Steele and Jada's stepfather, he don't care. Because they got a he be like, hey Stanley, come on up in here and cook for us.
He sure does.
Like, put my feet up since you want to come cook for the family.
Right.
He'll be all right. But he can't cook. I don't know. Maybe he won't die. But
and that's what I mean by not everybody can understand that. Like,
I'm gonna let y'all know. But baby,
I hope he doesn't die. The only reason I hope he doesn't die also is because she already did the one with the grief, even though that they weren't in love. Like there was like a lot of grief in that book.
But they were friends though. So
they were friends. They loved each other as friends. They were not in love romantically, but they definitely loved each other as friends.
Yeah,
and so
I think that's hard too.
And so that was already really hard. And I don't know how much I want to see Mama Steph be that sad because she does,
right. I love, but that's why she back with Stanley, because he's a plum fool. Just like his son, like father, like son.
I just know if it is a death, he was there for her. If that man cheated on her, he there for her.
He always there for Stephanie.
That's
why Jada, because Mia's mom and him were like in a relationship, but then she finally broke up with him because she was like, "You're in love with Stephanie." Like it's just
basically
you can't fulfill my needs. Like she low key hated Stephanie, but now she got her own little man. But. Yes, Kimberly Brown, I enjoy her too. Like, I'm surprised. And she just popped up randomly for me. So I had read a different book from her.
I've told you to read her for years.
Oh, well, I never did until I read that Solace book. And I was like, oh, this is good. Like, and it just popped up. I was like, I don't even know how that book popped up. And then I was like, okay, I'll read some other things. Because that, where tears, some find solace. If it's an emotional read, I'm gonna be locked in. She locked me in with the emotion, and then the Dillingers. I loved it.
I think the one I told you was an emotional. If I'm remembering her correctly, she has one where like this girl is like she's left like an abusive relationship or something like that. I might be confusing her with another one. It should be Beyond Measures.
The one I first read was Where Secrets Find Solace. That was good. I read that. But what'd you say? What is it called?
Beyond Measures. Beyond Measure, something like that.
She got a book called Before I Let Go too, so don't y'all get her confused with Kennedy Ryan. But yeah. So yeah, you guys, we loaded y'all up. Y'all got a bunch of reads till we come back in September. It's just a month. Don't be too sad. But you won't see recent things from us, but I still have stuff in the clip that I need to release from you guys. So you still will see the pod in some way, shape, or form. Maybe I'll figure out how to go live through StreamYard, because Sloane and I had an epic fail at one time. But
figure it out.
One day figure it out, and it'll just happen. And we'll just
make it. We'll just randomly go live. So
just watch out for that. Let us know what you're reading. Give Morgan some ideas for books to get her out the slump. If you did read the Huntsman, and because I'm a year behind. Let me know what y'all thought about that. Am I on an island by myself, or was that a damn good book? Like, I would love to know what people think, because I was like, I love it. I'm into it. I'm into the series. And if she's creating a universe of just reimagine fairy tales, I'm down with that too. I can't wait to see what she does with the Little Mermaid. But until then, follow us everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Sloane @Sloane_Bueller, at Morg Stays Booked. Morgan, when is your book fair? Is that going to be in September or October?
It is. So, boom, hold on. Rest and renewal. It is September the 17th through the 20th, but I think we said the 17th because we're going to have a book club that Thursday to kind of jump things off. And so we're encouraging people to read the book for September. Friday we'll have something in the evening, like afternoon and evening. Sunday, it's going to be Saturday's going to be a full day. Sunday's going to be a half day. We actually have 2 more meetings that we're going to have in the next 2 weeks, I believe, to kind of iron out the authors that are going to be there. But I'll send the flyer out, and I meant to send it to you on Instagram.
And that's Shop the Bookworms Festival, you guys. So if you're in the Atlanta metropolitan area, September, free book festival.
It is a free book festival. Now, we do have like maybe 2 things that may be ticketed. We're kind of trying to iron it out. If we can get some more sponsorship, then we'll go that route. But for the most part, this is a completely free event. And so we're encouraging everybody to come out. It's going to be a good time. Here we go. September the 18th through the 20th. But that Thursday night, we will have book club.
I'm coming. I'm going to drive down there.
Pull on up. Here we go. I'm sending to the Urban Whisperers page right now.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm packing it up. I'm coming. That is exciting. Shout out to the free. Like we said, local bookstores doing the damn thing for you good readers, making sure that y'all get attended to in the way that you need to attended to. So that's it for me. Anything else y'all want to promote?
That's it for me. Shop owned, Black owned, or independent.
I do have. I said it earlier. I think that I'm gonna take some time off. Maybe by the time we come back, I'll have like a few chapters written for my 3rd book. I feel it in the spirit. It's and I just feel like a real author. I'm taking my time and revising and rewriting and not just trying to spit something out because everybody's like, where's your book? I don't know. But I did. Oh, and I do want to shout out this one author. He is a New Orleans author, and I read this book, and it's just so okay. So clearly he's a man. Clearly he self-published it. I'm trying to find. Hold on, before we go, let's see. The name of the book is Crescent City Connections by Donald Charles, or Dookie Boy. That's what he goes by. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And he is the story about this man named Ron Etienne. It's literally 100 pages. It's definitely written by a man. It's definitely written by somebody who self-publishes.
So emphasis on all that.
Yeah. And if you want to know what a New Orleans nigga is like, read that book, because I read this book and I was like, everything that he said in this book, I was like, this is some typical.
What's the name again?
It's called Crescent City Connections, Book 1. There will be a sequel. And I was telling my friend, I was like, I read this book, and this nigga is very stupid. And and I was like, but I want to know what happened. Even though, like, I said, I need to know what happened. Everybody go on Kindle Unlimited. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Don't, if y'all want to purchase it,
pages. Great.
Yeah. Girl, and honestly, if you download and look at it, it's really 50. The font is so damn big. Like I could, because I have my font on 3, and it was still big. So, it's a pamphlet.
The synopsis says book 1 or 3. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's finishing the second book. So, and I said I want to beta read it. So, hopefully, I'll have it so I can tell you.
Okay.
When I tell you, everybody's gonna read that book. Be like, what? That. We're gonna read that. Yeah, read that book.
Okay.
And just read that one. Actually, read that one. Read that one when we hang up. Just read the first. And text and just slap me tomorrow. Like, just open that book, bro. You like, girl, what is this going? When I tell you the man just sleeping with everybody, he just a horny little toad.
This font is huge.
I just said. I told you. The font's big. And everybody rated him 5 stars, So shout out to him. He don't have. Shout out to him with his 5-star rating. Okay, go off, Donald. Donald Charles is the guy. That's future bestseller author.
Period.
5-star ratings across 10s across the board for him. Like, y'all, read it, enjoy it. If I never gave y'all a gift, that is a gift. And book 2 is coming soon with the big font. All right, everybody. We will see y'all in September. Bye.